This is the heart of volleyball.
It is the second day of competition, and four more teams are going to jump into the thick of battle right away as we bring you to the Field Sports Arena. In our first game today, we're going to have the PLDT high-speed hitters hitting the court, and then later on, they're going to meet up with the Nxled Chameleons. And later on, that's what we wanted to say. Cherry Tigo hits the floor as well, up against Capital One, the Solar Spikers. Hello, everybody. It's a great day for having volleyball. It's nice that the storm didn't sweep over Metro Manila, but at the same time also we hope that those who have been affected by the storm, you're in a good place and will take care of your sports entertainment. We've got Jamie and Kyla over here, and there's so much to talk about. Like when we start the tournament, Jamie, we always like to talk about the format.
Yes, of course. There are a lot of changes here for the All-Filipino Conference with this 6-month-long conference, and we have to talk about the change in that tournament format. It will be split into 3 parts here, but moving forward, with this tournament format, this All-Filipino Conference, let's keep in mind that it will be split into 3 parts: the preliminary round, qualifying round, and play-in tournament. And the preliminary round.
Oh, that's always a tongue twister.
Yes,
it's okay.
Tongue twister, of course, with the single round robin. This is no stranger to us. The teams will play on in the qualifying round, and this is classified with 1 versus 12, 2 versus 11, and so on and so forth. And after this phase, they will be moving on to the next round. But take a look here, guys. This is very important, this round. And now the winners advance to the quarterfinals. But lo and behold, we have a new part here. The losers move to the play-in tournament, and this is where it gets exciting for the fans. In the play-in tournament with a single round robin, the 6 teams will be split into 2 groups. So just you wait, you guys. Your favorite team still has a chance of moving on to the next round. Now moving forward, after this play-in tournament, we move on to the playoffs. Now the playoffs is the quarterfinals, and it will be consisting of a best-of-3 series. This is what we've had before, and keep in mind, this is a fair chance for the players to set their pace here at the start of this conference here. Now we have the finals, of course, which is another and last single round robin. The 4 teams will be ranked here. The winners, of course, head on to the finals, and ranked 3 and 4 will move on to that Battle of Bronze, which it gets even more exciting. But we all know in the PVL, the Battle of Bronze, which is a best-of-3 series. And of course, Sir Steph, Kai, the finals, the finale,
Yep.
the last part is the best-of-3 series.
Boy, that word preliminaries, I don't like that
It's a
word.
tongue twister.
It's such a tongue twister, that
Yep.
word preliminaries, but that's the way we will play out the preliminaries. Noel Zarate is so noisy in the background there. But let's talk about PLDT. And Kyla was able to get into the conversation, talking to them also, and you two can talk about this. What's up with PLDT?
Well, with PLDT, they are having new players here for this All-Filipino Conference. The high-speed hitters needed to make a few adjustments to their core. Of course, they had it to add Kim Fajardo, Majoy Baron, and KKD, but they still are searching for that medal. They have not yet claimed a podium finish in the PVL, but is KKD the missing piece? Yes, she is. She's much needed in the scoring department, and we don't know exactly when she'll be put in, but Kyla was able to talk to her in the dugout.
That's right, Jamie. I know everyone, including us over here, are very excited for KKD's comeback. But earlier, as I visited them in their dugout, I talked to Coach Ralph Ricafort, and he told me that they're really taking it day by day. No rush. We just want to make sure that she recovers fully and well. And fans will have to be a little more patient.
Well, we also have another player that we're also waiting for, Savvy Davidson. You were able to talk to her earlier too.
Yes, that's right, Jamie. I'm happy to share, as you can see on your screens, that Savvy Davidson is finally back. I talked to her also in the dugout, and she told me that she's about 90 to 95% recovered. So she says there's a little bit of pain, but it's nothing that she can't handle. And that's to the delight of all our fans. And you actually have more news about PLDT because their rookie, Angge Alcantara, will be starting today instead of Kim Fajardo, who will be taking the back seat as she continues to recover from her minor procedure.
You were so special that you had to be on the split screen of both of the screens, and that's very special. It happens when you're trying something new, but there's more to talk about, of course.
That's right. We got to talk about the lineup here for the PLD high-speed hitters. We have to talk about the key returners here, Savvy Davison and KKD. Savvy Davison, she has been awaiting to come back here in the All-Filipino Conference. We were witnessing her earlier warming up, and she is ready to go. But the key holdovers, Kim Fajardo, Majoy Brown, and Kat Arado. Of course, Kyla Alcantara, she will be playing here in this match, but Catarada also being the backbone, and she will continue and remain to be the backbone for PLDT.
Okay, and now it's time to move to the other side of the net, the Nxled Chameleons. Being Chameleons, they made lots of changes, even at the helm, and they have a new coach. We'll introduce him in just a short while. There are so many things going on with Nxled, actually.
With Nxled, I think they are still trying to find their foot here in the PVL. They have to go through all these growing pains because this is only their second full conference here in the PVL. But the evolution continues. They are entering with high spirits, and their sister team with Akari, they have to make a few changes in their lineup. They have Bank Pineda, who is that veteran libero, but Coach Ettore, he is the person who will lead them to the right direction. And with all these changes here in the All-Filipino Conference, let's hope that they enter that in the right edition. And Kyla, she was also in the dugouts herself. She was able to talk to Coach Ettore.
She spoke Italian. She spoke pinag-usapan nila. Ewan ko, hindi ko alam kay Kyla.
Well, I was very, very excited to meet Coach Ettore, and I wanted to ask him a bit of how the past 2 months have been for him, implementing his new system with Nxled. And he told me that he didn't really have to start from scratch. What he did was he really observed their strengths and worked from there, implementing, and integrating his fresh ideas and his system. And, the players are really loving it so far. They say that he is very fun in training. He brings a very light and fun aura. There are lots of games in trainings. So that's something new for them and something we're excited to see how that will translate into their game.
Well, in the last conference, they had their top scorer, which is Kiara. What do you have to say about her this time?
I also got to catch up with Kiara Permentilla, and she told me that this time, she's ready to take much of a leadership role this conference. She wants to step up and have a breakout season, not just for her, but for her squad, who's really looking to break through in this All-Filipino Conference.
Absolutely. Their coach is a very experienced gentleman, has coached in Sweden, in Poland, and everywhere around the world. Let's take a look at the lineup of Nxled, and let's see who are the holdovers, and they made a few more additions, Jamie.
Of course, the additions. It was just announced yesterday. Ivy Perez and Jaisal De Los Reyes will be part of the lineup, but we have Bank Pineda, Kiara, Jaja, and Laika, and May Luna, and these players are the core for the Nxled Chameleons. Individually, they thrive, but when it comes to game situation, this is where they need to adapt and gain that chemistry for this All-Filipino Conference.
Well, Larry and I, our floor director, we suddenly realized we have covered Bang Pineda for the longest time. It's such a joy to cover Bang. But you have a question for our audience here.
Yes, that's right, Sir Seb. PVL is back, and so is our Pilipinas Live question of the game. So right below the stream on the Pilipinas Live app, there is a question which you can answer. And our question of the game is, which team will start their campaign on the right track? Again, which team will start their campaign on the right track? You can answer that right below the stream, or you can also join in our conversation online using the hashtag PVL2025. You guys heard me right, it is 2025 for our hashtag, because this is going to be a long but very exciting
It'll spill over to the new year.
Yes.
Okay, call this the Christmas as well as the New Year Championship. And when we return, we're going to meet Catarado and Laika Eboan, get to know them a little more, and then we'll put the ball into play, and we'll have PLDT and Nxled be the dancing queens of the volleyball court. We'll be back very shortly with the heart of volleyball.
yung band ng team talaga, mas deep na ngayon eh.
From nasa pinakababa, gusto na namin ngayon umangat naman na yung rank namin.
PVL, look out.
Excited kami na maglaro under coach at our system. Ganado na ulit, pag-training everyday. Yung impact ni Coach Adore, lalo na sa akin personally, grabe niya ako i-push araw-araw. Norim, nagka-error ako, parang sabi niya, akin yun. So parang hindi ako matakot na pumalo ulit and gawin ko ulit yung best ko na para makapuntos.
Looking forward pa rin talaga ako na maging healthy yung bawat isa. Kasi all throughout nung conferences namin, talagang hindrance talaga namin is injury eh. So hopefully, makompleto kami at yun yung changes na talagang ang tagal namin na hinihintay.
Competitive na lahat, hindi kami agad nagpapatalo. Kahit sa mga training, sobrang ganado na lahat, mag-training everyday. May mga naririnig po ako na, yun nga, mahina yung team namin. Pero hindi pa naniniwala ako. Papaniwalaan ko yung team ko. Alam ko yung strength namin as a team. Makikita nila na mas gusto namin manalo.
Kinakapitan pa rin talaga namin yung medal. And hindi namin yun basta-basta ibibigay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Phil Sports Arena, Pasig City, Philippines. This is match number 3 in the PVL All-Filipino Conference 2024-25 between the PLDT High-Speed Hitters and the Nxled Chameleons. And we now introduce our officials for this match. Our first referee, Herbert Matematico, ABC International Referee. The second referee is Fernando Velarde, National Referee. And now let's meet the starters. First, for the PLDT High-Speed Hitters. Opposite hitter from De La Salle University, number 5, Erica Santos. Outside spiker from the University of Oklahoma, number 6, Savvy Davison. Middle blocker from La Salle, number 10, Madjoy Baron. Middle blocker from the University of St. La Salle Bacolod, number 13, Del Palomata. Center from Adamson University, number 16, Angge Alcantara. Outside spiker from Central Philippines University, Iloilo, number 17, Fiola Ceballos. Starting libero from the University of the East, number 8, team captain, Kat Arado. Head coach for PLDT is Rald Ricafort. And now the starters for the Nxled Chameleons. Outside spiker from Adamson University, number 9, team captain, Kiara Permentilla. Opposite hitter from the Far Eastern University, number 2, Laika Ebon. Middle blocker from Adamson, number 7, Krich Makaslang. Outside spiker also from Adamson, number 17, Lucille Almonte. Middle blocker from Arellano University, number 22, Ann Esguerra. Center from the University of Santo Tomas, number 24, Meji Magulabnan. Starting libero from Adamson, number 1, Bang Pineda. Head coach for Nxled is Lideti Ettore. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board.
We are just about ready to serve the ball, and we take a look what the starting lineups with Jamie.
Well, we have Nxled Alcantara who will be running that chip here, and Savvy Davison is back, and we are very happy to see her back ready to play. Of course, Catarata being their starting libero, the backbone for the PLDT high-speed hitters. But for the Nxled Chameleons, we have Maggie running the offense, Bank Manenda, Kiara, Lucille, Laika, Critch, and Ann Esguera here, who will be starting as the middle blocker. So, Sir Seb, this will be an exciting match here. This is a 6-month-long tournament, and we're just awaiting for the days to come.
And you know, these two teams, we don't have to underscore or re-emphasize their journeys. They both are looking for redemption on different levels.
Yes.
They are looking for a more progressive, more fruitful, and more productive tournament for both of them. As we get underway, first serve, first touch, first attack, Davison makes the first point.
This is her first point here. She's back and ready to go here in the All-Filipino Conference. We missed her playing, and you could see that she's ready and good to go.
Serving for the high-speed hitters, Del Palomata.
It will be interesting to see how Nxled plays, given the new coach. Last year they had a coach from mainland China. They had a variety of interesting challenges with that arrangement. In the meantime, first point is registered, and it's marked by referee Matematico. There's an early challenge. Ang aga niya na.
That is a floor touch challenge on the pancake of Nxled Alcantara.
And I think they will not use the challenge anymore. I presume.
Yes, moving forward.
Yeah, we're going to register the point for Nxled. It's going to be 1 apiece here in the opening set. Davison. Mangolabnan will set. And first taste of the lead by Nxled.
Now this is nice seeing Lucille also playing here, being that first 6 of the Nxled Chameleons. She did not have a lot of playing time in the last conference, but take a look at this attack, breaking that block of Majoy Baron.
Of course, many players who have moved around, suddenly there are openings in the lineup, in the starting lineup, chances for everybody to shine actually. Mangolabnan sets up Laika, and that's a 3-1 lead. Kyla has an early report. Kyla, come along, please.
Sir 7 Jamie, PLDT ended the reinforced conference with a powerful hashtag Pusong PLDT statement showing their heart, grit, and resilience all the way through. And now they are back to show just what that heart is made of. You know, earlier I got to chat with one of the league's top defenders in Kath Arado, who shared that they've had such a fruitful off-season, saying that this is the closest they've ever been. Kabit is the term she used describing how they're more aligned and united than ever in this conference, where a comeback is their goal for one another. Majoy Baron also chimed in and joined the conversation, saying that they've regrouped, refocused, and now are ready to raise the bar. And today's game will be the start of that test to determine if they're finally ready for a podium finish. And with that powerful combination of their tight-knit bond and relentless drive, PLDT is looking to set the tone early and build on the foundation they laid last season, beginning with this first set. Now back to you, Sir 7 Jamie.
Thank you very much, Kyla. And just can't help but go to our discussion earlier that Kim Keanadi could be the missing part for this particular unit. PLDT has tied up this first set, but they wasted that serve. Nxled now back in the lead 4-3.
So we're just awaiting for the return of KKD, and she is the missing piece, I would say. But of course, we cannot neglect the talents of Erica Santos, who has been very steady this year.
In the meantime, that could have gone out, but Fiola was committed to it. This one climbs up. It's tapped over. Here comes the set, the reverse, the cut shot. Excellent pickup downstairs. The wish. And the setup by Kat. Davison blasts away, but good floor defense by both sides here. This could take a while. Arado. Yes, it is. Oh, but Nxled doing well on the floor, and the point, however, will go to PLDT.
See Davison jumping and reaching for that from that overpass, but what a long rally, the longest rally we have so far. But take a look at that, Davison also avoiding that net touch as well.
Davison all set to serve. We are squared at 4. Mangulabnan sets, prepares Makaslang.
Gotta give credit to Maggie for taking control of the offense, going for that running attack on that first attack. Critch going for that zone 6. That's a perfect spot. No defense found on PLDT.
Lucille Almonte with the serve. The reverse set, and that's outside. It'll go to Nxled, and they have a new 2-point lead.
It's a bit overcooked, but that was the right spot, targeting zone 1. That's Erica Santos.
Back in the service area, Lucille Almonte will serve anew. Davison.
Good set.
Yes, you got it. You saw it. It created the opportunity to score. They got down 3-1.
And take a look at this. Erica Santos switched speed, switched direction, and went down the line this time. Block a bit late for Nxled.
Baron serving. Mangulab na. Block, but Bang Pineda ever reliable. One more time around the block. Baron reaches for it. Here comes Ceballos. Dumps it over. One more time. They want to have a cleaner hit. That's from the back row. Davison knocks it in.
Sheesh. This is what we miss from Sabi Davison, whether she's in the front row or back row. That lethal weapon. Take a look at that. Going for zone 5. Targeting Bang.
The way they set up that play, they knew that they were going to the pipe there. Mangulabnan rifles it up, and the shot of Ebon a little too much.
A little too much, a bit overcooked, and a lack of wrist action in that sequence.
PLDT with 3 straight points now. After being down by 2, they lead now by 1 at 7-6. Mangulabnan sets it the other way. Block. Bang Pineda unable to lift it high, and it's the 8th point of PLDT. We'll take a technical timeout, but first we'll complete this play for all of you, and we'll be right back here at the Phil Sports Arena for more of the PVL. Now going to be an assistant with the team. Let's see. Hindi ba, no?
Coach Norman was be the head coach.
Yes, I know. That's why.
Good set.
Coach Norman, who coached for NU. In the meantime, it's PLDT piling up the points right now, pulling away by 3 now.
Like against Del Palamata in that sequence, you have to avoid her hand as much as possible.
Yes. Pangulabnan goes the other direction. Ceballos punched high.
Ooh, that's too tight.
Yes, it is. Back row at work. Fiola
Net.
may
Yep.
have scraped the net. Somebody scraped the net.
I believe that's Maggie who scraped the net. These are areas that you want to control, of course. You're giving your opponent free points. Yep, her hand hit the net as she was going down to block.
After leading at 6-4,
Number 18, Jaja Maragino.
6 straight points now by PLDT. Baron serve, Beneda receiving. Oh, that's a wicked shot.
And I gotta give credit to the set of Jaja. That was a quick set going to Kiara.
Kiara Permentilia spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin', pasalubong ng bayan. No, they have more than donuts. Can't help it. When you're there, you gotta buy one.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
May I ask what your favorite is? Mine is strawberry filled.
Ah, Barbarian. In the meantime, there's a miscue on the part of Nxled. If you're a team that's trying to start a new page in your history, you really got to manage those passing recoveries, those sequences wherein you tend to lose the ball where it is. In the meantime, Maragi, not Aldea.
Ooh, too good.
Yes, indeed.
Savvy Davidson, when she's in the air with that approach, she switched speed, switched tempo. I mean, targeting that zone 4, that is a perfect spot. And they were awaiting for her lethal attack in the back row.
PLDT jumping out in front by 5 here in the first. Later on in the afternoon, we'll have Cherry Tigo and Capital One. Capital One also wants to have another good conference.
Yep.
In the meantime, this is going to be a score for PLDT. It's 13-7. And maybe a chance to sneak in and listen.
We restart playing every one of us in the same way as before, different one. We play our volleyball. Remember, they block only when one player is the middle blocker. Spike anywhere else, dead on the middle blocker. That's all, okay? And remember, if we play the 5, position 2 is taking the tip immediately. We have 3 people long, and they know, okay? So right now it's side out, and side out follow the guillotine rules. Passing, set the responsibility, and super long rallies. Here we go.
You know, this is the first time we're hearing Coach Ettore in the timeout, and Rachel Jorvina, one of the liberos, mentioned to me that he's very logical in terms of all the drills, and you could see in that timeout he's very straightforward. He just wants them to go for that side out. Like you said earlier, they are a new team, a new lineup here. They have to focus on the basic skills of volleyball, which is dig, set, spike.
Like in this case, a faulty first ball messed up the entire intention to get something going there. They are now down by 7 at 14-7. Watch this. Coach Ettore trying to get out of the way. And that's outside.
Being a new team, a lot of changes for the Nxled Chameleons. This is where they need to start the foundation with that stability. They need to adapt to the system of Coach Ettore.
And you have to do it early because
now.
even if the tournament is long, you may not have enough games. And the problem with Nxled and the other teams that didn't make it to the next round, they suddenly ran out of games.
Yes.
Here comes the pickup by Davison. Here comes Fiola, who loves that cut shot. Everybody sprawled on the floor. Free ball given the other way. Del Palamata. Oh, Ceballos foiled.
Ceballos was trapped from that double block of Anne and Laika Eban.
Block of the set. Hatid sa inyo ng East-West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Mangulabnan serve in action. Ceballos whips it Excellent pick at that time by Porvina.
Ooh, what a
Davison. Oh, yes. Rolling on the floor. Ceballos. Yes!
Ceballos, we all know she has that hefty hand. She's one of the beach volleyball players. We all know this. Very crafty with her attacks, went for the off-speed attacks, the tips, but this time she went for that zone 6 targeting Lucille Almonte.
You have to have that in your arsenal. In the meantime,
Oh my.
Here comes part of
error.
the learning process. The referee Velarde just made a call, and Coach Ettore is asking what? It's a rotation mistake, a rotation error, and we arrive at 16, a 7-point lead by PLDT. With great consistency through the years in the national team or in the former F2 squad for De La Salle also. Got to be Majoy Baron, and she's doing that for PLDT nowadays.
And she got the 2024 Reinforced Conference Best Middle Blocker, and ever since she has been put on this team, she has done wonders in terms of that net defense.
She enjoys blocking out everybody.
Yes.
Davison gets that to connect, and it's now 17-9.
No, the Nxled Chameleons are having a difficult time in the blocking department, especially when it is targeted to Savvy Davison. Take a look at there. Not in the right blocking formation.
Sent in now Jai Atienza. Get a little more ceiling in that front row. Ceballos' serve. Bang! And that ball died in the water. And the discipline of the first ball, second ball, huh?
That's right. And also lack of communication as well.
Yes.
No urgency.
Yes, more that than anything else. Let's try to sneak in.
Our team. Are you thinking that the other side, they are monsters because we are scared? No, No, not like this. We said in the beginning we're gonna fight, and we're gonna fight.
Let's go.
Here we go. Ready? Go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Well, Halloween is over, so monsters are out of the question. I think you get what he's trying to say. Are you afraid of them? We shouldn't. We should play our game. He's been preaching that in the past timeouts that they've had. They're down currently by 9.
You know, he's probably frustrated as well. The training has been good. That's what Rachel Gervina told me. So of course it's very frustrating when you have good training, but it has to translate in the game.
And coaches try to understand, why is this happening? But sometimes it's all in the mind game.
Yes. Gotta master your thoughts,
yes.
Of course.
Of course, it's so easy when you're on the sideline, but they're on the court. So many things happening at the same time. Ebon. The strike, Davison. That's blocked and out. And a point will go to Nxled. That's their 10th.
That's Kiara breaking the momentum here of the PLDT high-speed hitters. Take a look at the location of her attack. Del Palamata, not a lack of press, I would say, in that sequence.
Here's Kiara, all set to serve. Good touch. The set was perfect. And the shot down the line, though, was out. That could have been a nice winner there, but 2 straight points now by Nxled since the last time out.
Too much juice in that attack from Savvy Davison. Too much excitement, of course.
Good serve.
Ooh.
Tight.
Oh.
Oh!
You know, that tends to happen sometimes when there's an overpass. It looks like it's still on the other side, but it just drops.
It can be an optical illusion
Yes.
in the front.
Court awareness is
I'm
key.
sure the front line was ready to pounce on it. It did look like a regalo. I'm sure regalo is Italian for gift also. I'm making
Trivia?
it. I'm making
Is that
it,
the truth,
I'm making
or-
it uso because if libero is Italian, might as well make it popular as well. In the meantime, oh, good somersault by Bang, but double contact that time by Laika Ebon.
Now the PLDT high-speed hitters are making a statement here in this first set. But a lack of communication is what is hurting the Nxled Chameleons. A lack of urgency we're seeing here so far.
And it's not a communication that's vocal. It's more eye contact, awareness
right.
of where everybody is, what to do with the second ball.
Hesitation,
Yeah.
yep.
Davison adjusts with a turbulent flight. Back row strike. Ceballos spinning on the floor. The attack kept in play. Well done.
Good set.
Ebon, hello everybody. And Davison says, take that. Longest rally, the second. Could really last longer than the first one. It already has, and Davison knocks it down.
Gotta give credit to the reflexes here of the PLDT high-speed hitters. Very quick, very fast. Also, great set. But Savvy Davison avoiding that double block and going for that corner pocket.
Mika Reyes seeing action for the first time. Mangolabnan, Ebon, that's foiled. Bang Pineda has to pick herself up. To the back row goes Ceballos. Davison plays it high. Mangolabnan recycles. Davison hits the floor. Free ball given up by Legacion. Mangolabnan, pipe attack, too strong.
So it was a little bit too low coming from Magi Chiara, a bit underneath the ball in that sequence. Of a sub here, May Luna fielded in for Almonte.
PLDT 3 steps away from the end of this first set.
What a serve.
It crawled over the net. Ebon. Chased down that time by Kiseo. It's still alive. Davison snaps that left hand. Adjust, adjust. You hear them shouting. To the back row, Maulabnan. Bang makes it that set. It's still in play. Third longest rally. And the hole is there.
The scrappy defense from PLDT. And with this first set, Sir Seth, they are earning their points.
Yes.
Take a look at that. Mika Reyes finishing it off with her classic A-quick attack.
Keisha Bedonia is on the floor for the first time for PLDT. The high-speed hitters now have a 12-point lead and are 2 steps away from completing the job here in the first set. Molabnan.
Ooh, too low.
Yes, it was. It becomes a free ball. Reset.
Oof.
That'll work.
Yep.
May Luna getting that to bite.
Instant impact coming from May Luna. She was able to break that wall from the PLDT high-speed hitters. And the Nxled Chameleons need some sort of spark plug
Yes, indeed.
in this first set. Someone needs to spark some joy and life
That's a great point. Yeah.
in the squad.
Just like our opening today. So much joy, really.
So much joy and changes.
Yeah. And the table is new. I like
You're
the
right.
table. I like the table.
And also our formation as well.
PLDT is down at set point.
And the table, I think the table will have Christmas lights when we hit December.
Pwede, yes.
Yeah. Set point tayo. Mangolabnan has to hustle for it. Luna uncorks. Arrado. On 2 we go. Bang Pineda says no way. let's do it again. I told you so.
You read her mind. Ooh.
Nicely blocked. And it's
That's
alive. Up.
That's good. It looked like it was still up coming from Viola, but they're laughing. I think they don't know if it was actually up. Nope. Okay, of course.
They just went for it.
Yep. Let's see here. Oh, definitely forward touch.
Okay.
Yeah. Can't call a challenge on that one.
Okay.
Super obvious.
No wonder they were
Yeah.
laughing. For touches tayo eh.
You can't act on that one.
Mika's blast handled. From the back row we go. Arado says, I got this. Bedonia. Another long rally between these two. Mangulabnan tosses it high. Bang Pineda makes it a set. That will find a way from Ebon.
Targeting that zone 2 with the help of the net here. Rachel Jorvina with that set. 3-point.
2 set points now have been saved by the Chameleons. That's too long.
Okay, asking for a check here. Lack of verse action as well coming from Bedonia.
So, when it was a 12-point lead, suddenly 3 straight points have been strung together by the Chameleons.
Good serve.
Ebon serve in play, but that'll do it. And this first set is part of the history of the PVL, ending at 25-15. Just seemed like a matter of time before PLDT would sew it all up, Jamie.
Yeah, that's right, Sir Sev. But the next set, Chameleons need to polish their movements here. More communication as we enter that second set.
Way PLDT and Seth Davison had the 6 points in that strung together performance by PLDT. Played strong enough and well enough to be able to know South Nxled that they led by as much as 12 actually.
Well, with the next set, Chameleons, Coach Ettore really telling his squad to fight it out. They need to focus on the basic skills in order for them to elevate their game. Quite a few miscues here and there. But for the PLDT high-speed hitters, I have to say, in that first set, there's a lot of organization here. Everyone knows their role. There's no hesitation in their looks with each other. But the set 1 stats here, the attacks from next set 8 and 12 from PLDT. Next set committing 7 errors here. So let's see how things will shift. Of course, the shift of mindset as they enter that second set.
Don't forget, this is the second day of competition here in the Premier Volleyball League All-Filipino Conference. Later on in the afternoon, when we complete business here, and the schedule is at 6:30, Cherry Tigo hits the floor against Capital One, and we're going to see Coach Roger Gurayeb again later on. That was a good run by Capital One last conference. They had their chances. They had a very good import, really.
Yes, Marina Tishova.
When I saw Coach Roger in our usual haunt place where we meet in the Robinson's Magnolia, he lives nearby in the area. I live near there, and he told me that really good import. He's hoping he can get her back. But here, if you're Nxled, what's top of mind playing this second set, Jamie?
Well, first off, the basic skills receive. In order to continue and elevate your plays to utilize the middle blockers a bit more, they need receive. A lot of the middles, Critch, Makaslan, they have not been given the ball a lot because of the receive.
In the meantime, Kiara just knocked in one into the end line, and you know, Nxled had a good start in the first set, but could not sustain it. They led twice, actually, at 3-1 as well as at 6-4, but that didn't last very long. Like in this case, they mess up their serve.
Messing up your serve is also halting your own momentum.
You know, good point. Alcantara is going to serve.
Good receive.
Mangulabnan, this is a good play. Cleanly done.
Yes, when you have the receive, you're able to run your offense. You're able to run the middle blockers at the end, so going for that running attack. Perfect set as well coming from Najee.
Excellent slide by Atienza, producing the 1-point lead as of now. Davison, shot is handled. Blocked. Good coverage that time. Ebon tries her hands. Ceballos has been playing well. That is missed.
Yep.
And we can now go to Kyla for a quick update.
Sir Seven, Jamie, I overheard your little discussion earlier of how the Nxled Chameleons probably have this struggle when it comes to mind games or overthinking on the court, as they weren't exactly able to execute their new system in the first set. And it reminded me of my conversation with Laika Ebon, one of their top local scorers, who is also looking to break through this season. I've covered a couple of Nxled games in the past few months, and Laika tells me time and time again that one of their biggest challenges of her squad is that they do a lot more thinking than executing. But she says that Coach Ettore has brought in a new and fresh energy, and hopefully this will make the difference. And so as Nxled continues to reintroduce themselves with their fresh coaching perspective, let's see if they can find the rhythm here, as I said it back to you, Sir Seven, Jamie.
And you know, Carla, that's a very good report. That, you know, Jamie, you played this game, you know it can't be too much thinking, over-analyzing. It has to be, in a way, instinctive when you're on the floor already.
Of course, you can do all the studying you can before the game, but when it comes to the actual game, you have to clear your mind. I said this earlier, you have to clear your thoughts and just play the game the right way.
Exactly. Another 2-point lead by Nxled, something they had in the opening set. Maulabnan sending it to Ebon. They need stronger coverage underneath.
Yep.
The blocking of PLDT has been solid, and there's a hit from the middle.
I have to give credit to Alcantara. She is running the offense in this match, utilizing Majoy Baron on that quick attack, really taking charge and stepping up for the PLDT high-speed hitters.
Baron serve. Mangulabnan prepares this one. That is inside into the deep corner.
You know, Almonte being one of the veteran spikers, I would say, for the Nxled Chameleons, she really has to step up and be that leader for her squad.
Good point, yes. 2-point lead anew for the Chameleons. Atienza serve in action. Oh, no legs underneath for Maulabnan.
It's a steady performance coming from Erica Santos. Got to look at the location of her attack, targeting zone 1, targeting Maggie. Smart play.
Erica is all set to serve. Long. Another 2-point lead for the Chameleons. What was their undoing was that 6-point run by PLDT in that first set, and they could not recover anymore. That's Nxled. In the meantime, Ceballos.
Very deceiving. This is what she is best at. It's the beach volley skills here. Mid-air, switching speed, a delicate touch, tip over that block.
It's the same point. Don't need power all the time.
Exactly.
5-6 scout. That's a mess.
So this happened also, Sir Seth, in the first set. The first part of that first set. Nxled committing a lot of errors in a row here.
In succession.
Yep.
In the meantime. Elevated. Good set. Davison uncorks. All of 9. This shot handled well by the PLDT. Davison says, take that, and that's hammered through.
This set was a bit too tight for her liking, but because of her height, her flexibility, she was able to adjust on that one.
3 straight points by PLDT has now given them the upper hand. Into the corner we go.
Now, if you notice, Sir Seth, a lot of the points are coming from the middle blockers when they have that perfect receive magic, able to utilize Critch for that be quick attack.
Critch has tied up this second set at 7. First set ended at 25-15 in favor of PLDT. Blocked. Arrado doing what she does best. Davison, look at the hand action. You'll see it in the slow motion in a short while if we have a chance to do so, but if not, we're going to go into a technical timeout. We'll be right back with you. Two of competition. Here's that last strike. Look at the hand action.
Avoiding that block, going for that sharp cross-court attack. That's athleticism in Sabi Davison.
And now she's given her team a 1-point lead in the second set, 8-7. They were down in the early goings by a couple of 2-point leads. Oh, lucky break. She hit her fingertips. And Critch is delighted, if not shocked.
I mean, a point is a point. The hang time, targeting that donut hole zone of PLDT.
And she was so excited she was going to serve. And Coach...
she forgot.
Coach Guidetti said, your serve. Ceballos. Davison.
You can see Davison, she's able to adjust from the sets of Alcantara. Take a look at this. The set was a bit too tight. She was able to make a way, and that is a sign of a good open spiker.
Can't be picky, can't be choosy.
Can't be choosy.
You can do it in training, but not in the game because you have no second chances. In the meantime, the attack. Baron, yes, clean and hit. 2-point lead now by PLDT.
Alcantara just running the offense and spreading it out. Going to the middles, going to the outsides. No block found from Nxled.
Nxled needs to talk things over.
So we are covering the tip on the quick ball and leaving the tip on the high ball. It's the opposite that we prepared of. Okay, so on Davidson now it's position 4, taking care about the tips, you care about the strong ball, okay? And on the high ball, especially on Ceballos, we can't leave the tip, okay? Absolutely. Right now, outside out, they are ready to overload. If you can open with the middle, and use also the sky. Here we go.
Chameleons!
Next time.
Coach Ettore mentioned that his squad is actually doing the opposite of what they practice in training. And of course, that is rooted from fear, maybe nerves, of course, first day back here in the PVL, but this is where the growth, he did mention this in the pre-game, Sir Sev, the growing pains of being a fairly new team here in the PVL.
So many changes, especially at the top. New coaching system, that takes some adjusting too. Back row attack, and effort was there, but that was foiled.
These are easy pickups from Majoy Baron.
Back of the set, brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Excellent serve. Good combination play. They should do more of that, I suppose.
And I have to give credit to Atienza for being that decoy in that sequence. Open block for Kiara.
Yes, indeed. Preliminaries jumping into that one in perfect sync.
But followed by Mr. We saw that earlier with Kritch Makaslan. They are halting their own momentum.
Yes, they are. So Savvy Davison is all set to serve. Her team currently in front by 3 here in the second. Ebon drops a message. Straight on the net. Bang Pineda. Ebon. Olabnan makes it a set. Yes, sir.
The same spot. Yep, same spot. This is her specialty. Going for that down the line, that zone 1. Perfect set from Maggie as well. I believe that is Erica Santos. If she was more to the right, she would have been able to get that.
Our count is at 12-10 here in the second set. First set going the way of PLDT, 25-15. Lebnan checks the other side. Oh, yes, sir.
The middle blockers in the second set are being utilized a bit more, and this is what is working for the Nxled Chameleons. Take a look at this at the end with that be-quick attack.
And she was overjoyed with that one. They cut down the lead to just 1. Can try setting this up. Lebnan says, let's try one more time. Ebon, good hands by Davison. Arada makes it a set. Santos, good lift up that time. Ebon is the setter. Oh!
Also in disbelief at the end of, but that point was earned. Like Ebon actually setting her up in the sequence. Open space in that block, an open window.
Parang sinasabi ni Jay, come on, Sabors, keep sending it to me.
Yep.
3 straight points now by Nxled. Oh, Bang Pineda. I'm sorry, that was...
Rachel Jorvina.
Yeah,
Yep.
Jorvina was there. She was unable to keep it up. Spike of the set brought to you by Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan.
Powerful attack coming from Erica Santos down the line.
Erica doesn't look like your regular lethal hitter.
Right, deceiving.
Deceiving, and then she blasts away. Regalo. Oh, missed that. It's painful.
Too eager in that sequence. You got to time.
Yeah, her hand deceived her, misled her. Suddenly, it's a 2-point lead. Nxled had already tied it at 12. They're in this second set, very much so. Ooh. Did Ebon read it right? Yes, he did. It was over her shoulder, so she said probably this is going out.
Good eye, I guess.
I guess.
Good awareness.
Or else everybody is going to not like her.
That's the worst feeling.
Yeah. I thought it was out. I'm sorry. 13-14 tally here. Davison. What a play. Ah, got them.
The urgency is much needed for the Nxled Chameleons here. Let's take a look at that replay. Eric Santos fooling the defensive pattern of the Nxled Chameleons.
Alcantara, by the way, has already been credited with 4 excellent sets. Here, Usu close, precarious. Ceballos with one hand on it. Arrado, that's blocked. That's lifted high. That's dumped over. Good hands by Mangolognan. Here comes Ebon. Santos. Memantilla the fake. Oh, yes, sir. Just before the end of the round.
Tabby Davison ending that rally on that back row attack.
But if you're Nxled, you gotta be smiling just a little more. But the job is not yet done. You're down by just 3, and you're in the thick of the battle as we slide into the technical break. We have you back with us here in the heart of volleyball, Premier Volleyball League, and we are into the All-Filipino Conference that will, as Kyla pointed out so accurately, we're going to be swinging all the way past Christmas, and our new table will have electric lights and Christmas lights, and it'll be an automatic karaoke jukebox machine by Christmas. Our producer, Cynthia Reyes, promises that. Who is that on your telephone? Somebody I know.
Wonder who that is.
She's not playing. They have no game today.
Too excited.
Yeah.
Her comeback.
Eliza Valdez bothering us, really. 17-13 is the count.
No, this is a smart strategy coming from Maggie. She knows that Alcantara is not the tallest of setters, and Lucille maximizing her height.
So we are close and tight. If you're Nxled, you need to play defense here.
Yes.
Really. Can't win just on offense. Ceballos.
Yep.
Filling up that corner.
And you notice with the PLDT high-speed hitters, they are not allowing Nxled to gain any sort of momentum here. That is a high set coming from Alcantara.
4-point lead by the high-speed hitters after taking the first set, 25-15. That play.
Yep.
Choreography got messed up there. This one will score for Del Palamada.
That was actually in the way of Kiara. A rare error coming from her.
I think they'll talk choreography here in this sequence here.
Like it's kind of like the 1980s computer, doing always the same. We told Adamson, Davison, she didn't spike a single ball making a tip on the quick set, and we are covering the set. On high ball, we go to the tip, but on the quick ball, no. She's not scared about our block. She's spiking hard. And please, don't run like mouses here. We need to have the approach. Here we go. Ready?
He will criticize, point out the miscues, but he sends off his team with a smile.
Yes.
And, you know, he remains optimistic and hopeful.
Very positive, and you can hear in the timeouts, he's very specific on what he wants.
Why isn't she afraid of our blocks? It's not firm enough. Ooh,
That's
that
inside.
hurts. Yow, in front of coach. Oh boy. Ettore. Guidetti says, okay, at my expense there. I could have lifted it high. I see. Is that Ivy Perez I'm
Yes.
seeing?
She was just announced yesterday being the other setter for the Nxled Chameleons. And out of the 3 setters, Maji, Jaja, she is actually the eldest. So let's see what she can bring to the table.
Always known her as the tall setter. Ooh. That is right in the hole there. 20-14 count.
A lot of the middle blockers attack in that donut hole zone, and you can see the Nxled Chameleons are not stable when it comes
Good one,
to
yeah.
their footing on the floor. They tend to fall even before the ball hits them. This is where you need to have that urgency for defense. Just like that
You
one.
were saying
Yep.
that was going to be blocked, and it was going to ricochet off the block. And now it is a 7-point lead, a familiar stanza here for PLDT. Mark that as 22-14 rather. In the meantime,
That's outside.
it is a
touch.
check. Yeah.
Yep. On the attack of Lucille Almonte. So the double sub, Jessie De Leon.
Yeah, one of the veterans also.
Yep, and Legashon. So Jessie's actually an open spiker here. Also in that first set, she was also an open spike, opposite spiker rather.
Here's Almonte's serve. Oh, it's an ace.
A miscue in between Fiola and Jessie. Good spot targeting zone 1. Fiola a bit not in the right position for service receive.
They target her again.
Same.
Ebon gets it back. Perez sets it up too low, but they make do. Mantilla. Ah,
That is down. Yep.
I'm sorry. I thought Palomata would go for it. She was curling. She was a fake, and it ends up as a point for PLDT, and Del is going to serve.
That is the first point for Jessie in this match.
And it's now 23-16. What's up? Referee Matematica with a smile on his face. So Palomata serving. Ooh, nip the net. Is it out? It is.
Out. Yep. You have 8 seconds to serve. You can take your time.
And the girls are having a laugh over there at the bench.
Only we can hear what they're saying.
I think pinakailaman yung bola eh.
Yes.
And then the referee said, hey, leave that alone. In the meantime,
Just serve.
Just serve. Legashon set.
Ooh, that's too tight.
Fiola makes it a set. Davison blasts away. Kirch, Makasnang and company unable to stop the arrival of PLDT at set point.
Great for that overpass, but Majoy Baron being a force at the net, taking advantage of that overpass.
And Jessie will serve for the set at 24-17. And an ace. An auspicious way to end the set and mark your entry into the game. Nxled had their chances, Jamie.
Yes, they did have their chances, but they were not able to maximize on that. Let's see that replay. Jessie now with 2 points and targeting that zone 5 and a serve that is completely inside. in that sequence.
Boom, right there, right at that spot. So PLDT ahead 2 sets to love. They take the second 25-17.
In 24 minutes in that second set. Same story goes for the first and second set. The Nxled Chameleons having a difficult time. They're still trying to find their foot here in this All-Filipino conference. Coach Ettore maximizing and telling his squad to fight it out, but there's a lack of communication we're seeing, but the PLDT high-speed hitters are doing such a great job in terms of communication. Catarado, Ange, Alcantara running that offense, maximizing the middle blockers. Attacks here on your screens, 13 for Nxled, 15 for PLDT. 4 blocks for PLDT, but there needs to be more attack points coming from the Nxled Chameleons as we enter this third set. They still have a lot of chances. They did have a lot of chances in that second set, but they are unable to maximize it because of their unforced errors.
Absolutely, and let's see how this third set turns out. We're just moments away. Davison has scored that many points, and they are the leading scorers up to this moment.
Davison with 10, Laika Ebon with just 6 points. That is not enough for the Nxled Chameleons. But Laika Ebon and company need to step it up if they want to.
They need a spark, you're right.
Yeah. They need to step it up and have that spark plug. They need to lean to at least one player to be that leader, to be that scoring player. Whereas PLDT, when you look at their lineup right now, you would think it's Savvy Davison, but it's actually everyone pitching
Yeah,
in.
good point. Yes.
Savvy Davison is still adjusting. She did not play at all in the reinforced conference, but she has been steady throughout this match. Del Palamata, Jessie De Leon, and of course Majoy Baron. The offense is spread out because of Nxled Alcantara. And to think this is her first time really starting here, filling in the shoes for Kim Fajardo, I have to say she is doing a spectacular job.
And Kyla was telling us, I think if I heard it right, I think Kim Fajardo, the return most likely sometime before the year ends.
Yes.
But we look forward to that. We've covered her for many years now, and really enjoy watching her play.
Yep.
In the meantime, 1-0. PLDT is already on the board. Fermentilla. Good dump by Baron, and a jump out of the gate by PLDT. Kyla, talking of you, speaking of you, go ahead, please.
Thanks so much, Sir Seb. Now, you know, it is clear as day that the PLDT high-speed hitters are certainly picking up right where they left off. Like you said, Jamie, Nxled Alcantara has been playing like she has always been their starting starter. And Savvy Davison is playing like she never left. And when I spoke with Savvy earlier, she shared that her recovery journey was a time of physical and mental growth that came with a lot of self-reflection. She said, and I quote, "Every day was about evaluating how I could become the best teammate and the perfect player to fit their puzzle when it would be time to return, and fans have been waiting for this moment. So let's see if PLDT can sustain their momentum and finish this game in our favorite straight set fashion."
Although, Kyla and Jamie, you know these doubts you have as an athlete.
Definitely.
It's not just the preparation physically, but can you still play? Do you still want to play? That's sometimes a question.
Of course, the self-reflection was key for Savvy Davison. Of course, your mind has to be stronger than your body, of course.
Or your body says, your mind says, let's play, but your body says, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Cut shot right into the gut of the defense, and that will make it a 4-1 tally here.
Savvy Davison going for that off-speed attack and finding that hole of defense for the Nxled Chameleons, and that is what we've been seeing in this entire match.
Yes.
They're not as low as well in defense. They are not quick enough to get those cut shots as well.
They have to do some major upheavals in the way they approach the game. As this PLDT team just getting away with everything it wants to do. Santos with the block there, and it's a block of the set. Hatid sa inyo ng East-West Bank, official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. And here's another timeout by Nxled.
Okay, now if we are in danger, we have to use super high spikes and cover. Super high spikes and cover. They are forcing with the serve, we knew that. They are setting, they got two set on. But if we start to steal one set, the situation change. Okay, completely change. Here we go, guys, 1 point at a time. 1 point at a time. Here we go.
Chameleons, next time.
You know, when Coach Ettore is speaking in the timeout, his instructions are actually very simple, and he is a bit confused as to why his squad is doing the opposite of what they've practiced. It could be the overthinking, analysis paralysis, maybe.
And the fact that there might be pre-game intimidation.
Yes, for
and
sure.
Also, you know, it's been a while since they played, so many factors. But there are teams that get better as the season progresses. And Nxled hoping, of course, that that is the same thing that will happen to them.
That's right. And you'd rather start like this and end on a high.
Ooh. You know, when PLDT returns the ball on its attack, it is vicious.
Yes.
It is meant for the ball never to return.
Majoy maximizing her height and might at the net.
Giving her team a 4-point lead. They lead 2-0 here.
Good serve.
But good point by Coach Ettore Girote when he said, let's take one set. Maybe the thing will change. Let's see. Don't give up that easily, but the block is airtight.
Majoy Baron on a roll, maximizing her height here at the net. Let's take a look here at that block. She knows the tendencies of Magi. She knows the plays of the Nxled Chameleons. That's why right now they had to sub in Jaja Maragina. You can't be too predictable here.
Davison and her serve. Maraginot with the set. That changed something there.
And we haven't talked about Laika Eban as well in this entire match. She has been one of the go-to spikers for the Nxled Chameleons. Take a look at this beautiful set coming from Jaja, avoiding that block like Eban.
Eban already registering 7 points, 5 attacks and 2 blocks. Davison. Baron taps it over gently. Almonte. It stays up. Maraginot makes it a set. Oh, it's on the ground.
Good strategy coming from Jaja Maraginot and going for that reverse set to Laika Ebon. And Laika Ebon is one of those opposite spikers who continuously needs to be fed the ball in order for her to gain the momentum. So, of course, we see that Jaja knows that.
Ebon has made it now a 7-4 count. Davison and Baron, both of them with 11 points each. That's inside.
That is 3 for 3 for Laika Ebon in this third set. Jaja Maraginot giving the girl who has the hot hands, targeting zone 1.
Lead is reduced to 2. Atienza serve.
This is a tendency we're seeing.
Yeah, no. They'll get into a run and then their serve halts them and denies them any more progress. We'll be back after the technical break.
Now serving for PLDT,
Majoy will be serving. Good set, and it stays in.
That is now 4 for 4 for Laika Ebon. Jaja Maraginot knowing to give her the ball here. She has the hot hands.
With 9 points, leading the scoring parade for Nxled. Here she is serving, left-handed. Damn, it's an ace! Talk about a spark.
Yep, this is what they need. A rare miscue between Cass and Davison.
Here's Alcantara set, the miss, and we are tied. 3 straight points by Nxled ties up this third set.
This is where the tweaking needs to happen here for PLDT. Even if they're up by 2 sets, you want to end on a high.
Ebon with 10 points already.
Good set.
Blocked. It's out, and the lead is in the hands of Nxled.
All smiles now for the Nxled Chameleons. Coach Ettore telling his squad, stay steady, relax in these moments. Don't be too excited. Just play your game.
Can you blame them also?
Exactly.
But they led,
need
to be
this.
fair, to be fair on that statement, they led actually during several stretches in the first and the second set.
The execution.
But maybe now is the time for a better, even keel outlook here. Ceballos, who has 7 points, make that 8 already for the veteran.
Ceballos ending that momentum for the Nxled Chameleons. Going for that tip in that donut hole zone. Been very effective for her this match.
Yes, very clearly so. Fermentilla, runner. Kept alive by Santos. The push up. Del knocking that down.
In the same spot as well in that donut hole zone. That is the weakness for the Nxled Chameleons in this match.
Through the shot of Del Palomata, the PLDT side has overtaken and reclaimed the lead. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And uh-oh. Everybody making miscues there, but to the edge and advantage of Nxled that now ties up the count at 10. Almonte will be serving.
Ooh.
Same pattern, no?
Yes. The misserves has been a struggle for Nxled.
You can tell in training tomorrow what they will work on.
Serve. A few hours of service.
It's the most boring part of training, isn't it?
Yes, I remember back in Ateneo, Coach Tai had us serve for 1 hour. 1 hour of service.
And it's even harder when any coach puts the cones on the floor.
That's
and
exactly
you have to target.
the zones. Exactly. That's exactly what we did. It's the most boring, but it's actually the most important because it starts with the serve.
11. All a stretch, a battle, and at the net. PLDT has been just stronger at the net this afternoon.
Yep. Del Palomata taking advantage of that block, I would say, coming from Atienza.
And Del is over there all set to serve for all of us. She's leading, her team leading 12-11. Fermentilla, knock that in.
That is the attack that we like to see coming from Kiara, going for that cross-court attack. She was the top scorer in her squad last conference.
Maraguinot will be serving. She's always had a steady serve. This one, Davison tries to go to the corner and she says, uh-oh, my mistake.
And she laughs after that. I think she gets shocked with how strong she is sometimes. She just tipped it over and it's out.
I just punted it in the corner. 13-12, Maraguinot. Ceballos, Alcantara.
What a set.
What a makeup for Davison, who ties the count anew at 13. She has accumulated 12. Spike of your set, brought to you by Duncan. Ibong Namba. Alcantara serve. Then Montilla tapping it gently, and the point will go to Nxled after a double contact.
This has been a shift of body language we're seeing from the Nxled Chameleons. And this is what they actually need to maintain, not just now, but from start to finish.
Yeah, it's a more buoyant spirit.
Yes,
More
uplifting.
uplifting. The shoulders are not sagged down. Oh! And a two. Ooh. Is it a net touch? It's an, yep.
An overreaching, I believe, yep.
We have haven't had too many challenges, but they are going to do one right now.
This is a new challenge, by the way.
What
Reaching beyond.
Reaching beyond.
Above and beyond.
Yeah. To infinity and beyond. This is a buoyant afternoon. It started with dancing, really. Started with the table. Started with the table. They don't want us to talk about the table, but we will. And really, somebody should take up my suggestion that there should be dancers during challenge time. There should be dancers.
Idea.
Why are we waiting forever for this? There should be dancers jumping up and down.
So a group is what you want.
Yeah,
Beyond, while waiting.
yeah,
That's a good
yeah.
idea. Are they going to be holding
And,
something? What
but
are they
yeah,
holding?
I don't know.
A sign
Yeah.
like this?
But the orderliness of volleyball as a sport will probably prohibit that. You know how orderly volleyball can be
I
sometimes.
think they should do it.
Yeah,
Kind of like
okay.
the Wawa Wee girls. the
Okay, okay. If you say so. Let's see. Before you know it, people on X or look at the comments of those two. They want dancers. Why not? Oh, what? What happens now?
We're entertainment, Sir Seb.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Referee Matematico and referee Velarde are looking at the sky. They have no idea what's
Looking
going
at the
to.
sky.
Yeah, they're looking at
above and beyond.
Yeah, look at referee Matematico. He's looking at this. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are.
Over. Let's see. No, that is not.
Nxled gets the point.
Successful challenge.
And Coach Ettore says to his assistant, good eye. Look at this. It's now 15-13. Oh, what a dig. It's in safe territory. Problematic, and Nxled says, let's not go home yet.
The dig of Fiola Ceballos, too tight for Alcantara.
And Nxled's alarm clock has sounded off. They are in the lead in the third. After losing the first two, they are ahead 16-13. Can they hang on? Let's find out. Bringing out a new shade here in the third set, trying to stay alive as they are down 2-0 here.
Seeing better communication, Rachel Ravina, Banquineda.
And I can't help but agree with you even more that when they found their spark in Laika,
Yep.
Ebon, they played so much better.
Yes.
A hand on it by Kat Arado. Free ball forthcoming. Maraginot with the set. They could not attack. Santos wants the ball. Cuts it up. It's still alive. It's not on the floor, and it's too long.
But is there a check on the attack of Kiara?
They will challenge again. The player
Yep.
seems to sense that there was. Now, if you're Nxled, you'll use everything here.
Yep. They're very certain that there was a touch on that back row attack of PR, but let's see.
You know, the day will come with AI and everything.
You're right.
That ball
Yep.
will suddenly have a chip, and we'll know right away. Who would have thought that we'd have the challenge, really? But
Exactly.
eventually the ball will have a chip which will tell us if it's in or out, touched or not. Here we go.
Ooh,
Oh, yes.
the pinky of Majoy Baron.
She was trying to hide.
She's the tallest one on the court. She can't hide that.
And look at this, PLDT, their turn to call a timeout.
Pag hindi talaga na perfect yung pasa, i-anticipate nyo talaga yung dalawang block. Kasi yung target pa rin natin yung target, isipin natin. Kasi mga ganong out of system ni Ebon, huwag pa rin bitawan, dalawain pa rin natin. Pasa muna tayo.
Balik.
Hey, what's up? PLDT, together!
And Raul Ricafort, who also comes from the school of few words, mean so much more. Simply saying, let's go back to what we know, and let's not allow Ebon to do those out-of-system attacks of hers. 17-13. Permantilla will be doing the honors here. Not a safe lead, 17-13, but a lead nonetheless. Davison. Maraginot, Almonte. Arrado. Alcantara.
Good set.
Davison, goodbye.
It's a perfect set from Alcantara, providing that hitting point for Savvy Davison. Savvy Davison, much needed point for her squad. As you can see, Nxled Chameleons are actually gaining the momentum. Their movement, more urgency, more polished. Ever since Jaja Maragino actually went on the court.
Yep. A bit low. They make do. Baron zips it in, and 2 straight points from PLDT.
Quick thinking we're seeing from Majoy Baron here. She knows what to do. She's been playing the game for such a long time. Quick reflexes as well.
12 points already by Baron, 13 by Davison. Palamata has 8. Problematic, but kept alive by Nxled. Wallop, excellently handled by the other side. Almonte gets it to connect.
Smart play from Jaja Maraginot, maximizing Lucille Almonte in this sequence. We haven't talked much about her in this third set, but she does need help in the scoring department.
Jayat Chensa, who had some good shots earlier today, is going to be serving. Ooh, PLDT with a position error here. Majoy seeking clarification, and that is going to make it 19-15.
This actually happened to Nxled in the first set.
Arrado, Alcantara. Oh, Davison, let's get that point back.
What a bullet coming from Davison in the back row. You can see the physique, the mental, everything is set here for the All-Filipino Conference.
She seems so fit.
Yep, extremely fit.
Sheila Kiseo, who saw brief action earlier, is back on the volleyball court. Kiseo serving at 16-19. Good set, but it is denied entry by Palamata.
Palamata, Fiola want to silence Laika Ebon. They know that she has the hot hands here. That's Fiola Ceballos for that kill block.
Now your challenge, if you're Nxled, how to hang on to leads. They were leading 19-15 earlier. Defense alert. Alcantara says, let's heave it over. Maragino sends it that direction to Ebon. Davison. Bang! About the 5th longest rally. Davison taps it over from the pipe. Pineda makes it a set. Ceballos, Del, Hermentilla, and finally Almonte zips it against Santos.
I love seeing the enthusiasm of Coach Ettore on the sideline here. You see Almonte just targeting the hand of Alcantara.
The Italian in him is coming out.
Yes. The theatrical movements.
The passion.
Yep, the passion.
Ceballos, oh, great adjustment. But the ball is still alive. Davison.
Oh, what a dig by Rachel.
Zarvina taking care. Zarvina, and the point, however, will go to PLDT.
Evident net touch coming from Critch after that quick attack.
Some subs. Well, check in. I see Jesse De Leon returning. Santos will dart out.
Like a Sean.
Number 5, Santos
also saw action earlier.
Number 16, Alcantara out. Number 18, Jesse De Leon in. Serving for the high-speed hitters, Nxled.
PLDT still down currently by 2. Legashon. On 2 we go. It is still alive. Almonte.
It's a dig.
Kept alive. Arrado makes it a set. Pineda says, keep it alive! And it died in the water. It's the second ball. It's too far to handle.
Kudos to the Nxled Chameleons for their teamwork in that sequence, but Fiola Ceballos doing the heavy lifting in that sequence.
Ceballos is also in twin digits with 10. We're going to have a Nxled break here, a timeout to calm down the team probably.
Don't be too much hurry during the transition. We play the transition with serenity, no problem. Right now, if we can, open with our back, okay, but not the long one, the short one. Okay, who's the short? And if you find yourself in danger, tip on your lateral right. Okay, so tip in line. Hey, right now, here we go. Only one side down. Only one. Up. Next time.
Wow, like a cheerleader. And now, here we go, here we go.
Good vibes, good vibes.
I have a nice feeling that they'll get better in the days. Here's
Yes.
Coach's row. (2019). Good set. Almonte, her shot being played well. Davison denied. And Nxled celebrating.
That is the first kill block we're seeing on the attack of Savvy Davison. Critch reading that well. Take a look at that replay. Kill block even touching the head of Palamata.
Critch with 4 points in this battle, which is 3 sets old now. Nxled hoping it'll stretch to 4. And that's hit out, however.
But Coach Raul will call a challenge.
What kind of challenge will he?
Ball in, ball out from the block. Yep.
So PLDT will utilize this challenge, down currently by 2 points in this third set. They took the first 25-15 and 25-17. I remember the days when we were new with the challenge and the meantime.
Inside.
It's inside. When the challenge was the coaches could not talk to the players.
Yeah.
No harm done. Unsuccessful challenge. It was a natural timeout. Like a natural timeout to give PLDT a chance to catch its breath, actually. 22-19. Foiled. Reset. Ceballos. Maragino. Vermentilla. Yes!
Kiara breaking that block for the PLDT high-speed hitters. Timeout PLDT.
Yes.
Hindi mataas eh. Pe-press lang talaga eh. Ha? Pasa muna tayo, tapos ang ikot na agad.
Focus ulit, focus.
Struggling with the blocking in this set, but Kiara, like Ebon, are breaking that block,
Yeah.
that wall, and that is actually the specialty of the high-speed hitters.
Nxled just use patience and persistence to break down that wall. They got hit, they got their sets and their attacks a little cleaner here in the third set. Here's more action for the third. Ceballos, Almontes in the back row. Set. Good girl by Davison. Jesse De Leon tosses it over. Borvina. High. Oh! And Legacion said, why did I touch it? And look at this. Nxled scoring the last 4 points. He's at set point.
I gotta give credit to Coach Ettore. I think his positive impact, his vibe, his aura is actually helping the Nxled
I agree.
Chameleons here. This is something that they've been needing this entire year, and it's working.
Chance to close it out. Vermentilla. 1, 2, and they got their dance steps all tied up downstairs. So Vina, they did not want to step
Yep.
on Rachel underneath. 24-20. That ends a 4-0 run by Nxled. Ceballos has played almost the entire
Yes.
game here. Vermentilla
That's
missed
outside.
it.
Kiara trying to go for that down the line zone 1.
And lots of giggle on that one, no
Yes.
question about it. Too much heat on that one. Trying to calm down here to score this point. Oh,
A net by Kiara.
oh, yes, you did. And there's some tension on how to
Yes.
close this out.
You know, I'm seeing Coach Ettore mouth, calm down. This is what they need to do. Reset, clear your mind. They do have set point here.
It was 24-20 earlier. 24-19. And finally, that'll do it.
Kiara redeeming herself after those few sequences here. So far, so good for the Nxled Chameleons.
Watch this.
Breaking that block yet again.
Yep, indeed. And we'll need a fourth set. We'll be right back. put it so succinctly, the spark was found, and they found it in Laika Ebon and Maragino to connive beautifully
Yes.
to play their own kind of music, and they vaulted in front and took that third set.
Jaja completely changed the dynamic there in that third set. Kiara, Ebon, Critch, all pitching in that third set. But first, the set 3 stats. Better production for the attacks for the Nxled Chameleons with 15, and this time only 12 from the PLDT high-speed hitters. Same amount of errors, 6 for PLDT, 5 for the Nxled Chameleons. It just came down to the breaks of the game. The rallies won, but the Nxled Chameleons in high spirits here. Better performance,
Yes.
I have to say, ever since Jaja Maragino was running that offense, and ever since the Ateneo days, she knows how to spread that offense evenly, going for the reverse sets, knowing when to set the middles at the right time, knowing to set the player that has the hot hands. Nxled with a 31% attack efficiency in that third set, with PLDT only 27%.
Very low, huh? And the scoring poll has Ebon with 12, Parmentilla with 12, Almonte with 9 for Nxled. PLDT has Davison with 14, Baron with 12, Ceballos with 10. Palomata is lurking around twin-digit figures with 8 points. So, if you're PLDT, so fine, we lost that third. Let's get back into what we do and what we do so well. Some of their blocking faded, actually,
Yep.
in that third set.
The latter part.
Parmentilla, check ball. Yes, and the first point of the fourth belongs to Nxled.
Check ball going down the line, and they're rejoice as well after each point. It's different compared to the first 2 sets.
Well,
it's good.
Clearly more joyful now.
Yes.
Davison says, joy to the world, I will fire away. Let's send it to Kyla.
Like that, guys, the Nxled Chameleons are silencing the doubters and showing the potential of their revamped lineup alongside their fresh system. And heading into the fourth set, you know, the atmosphere and the huddle was pretty tense, with Coach Ettore leading the charge. He is calm but firm, his voice cutting through the tension, and his message is clear. They're not just playing for another set, but they are playing for the entire match. And Chiara Parmentilla, who's had a great game so far, echoed his sentiments. And to quote her, she said, "Ituloy lang natin to, confidence lang sa sarili." And the Chameleons are a team looking to transform this conference, and to do that, confidence is indeed what they need. Can they stay locked in and snatch another set away? We'll have to wait and see.
Abangon ang susunod na kabanata, Kyla. Yan ang mangyayari na. Thank you very much. Earlier, we had Alcantara knocking in a point on 2. This is missed by Davison, and we are even Steven at 2.
Davison trying to slice that.
Oh.
Sharp cross court.
She did not use a steel knife. She used a plastic
The
knife.
plastic, yeah.
Which does not cut the same way. Oh, on 2. Not this time, though. Santos. Good set.
Good sets coming from us. Yes. And on point, Majoy Baron as well, being that decoy and pulling the blockers here for the Nxled Chameleons. But Angge Alcantara really adjusting, giving the set that her spikers like, taking care of every small point.
Feeding them well.
Yes.
Parmentilla. Oh, big dig by Ceballos from downstairs. Setup job. It's still alive. The shot to the back row. Almonte spinning around. And a free ball forthcoming from Ebon. Set, tap, alive. Pineda converts it into a set for Parmentilla. Here is Davison. I want to go home.
What a bullet coming from Sabi Davison, going down the line. Alcantara giving her that hitting point as well.
Oh, yes.
Finding that slim margin in between that block and that antenna.
Go fire away, girl. She was
Yes, exactly.
Go. 4-2. Looked long, but they committed to it. Parmentilla knocks it in. but still in play. Santos gets it to go. Pineda could not handle it.
Santos, we haven't talked about her in this match, but she's always been that steady opposite spiker here for the PLDT high-speed hitters. Going for that down the line, also finding that margin in between the antenna and the blockers.
PLDT in front by 3 here in the 4th. But Mentilla's rejected, and now the blocking of PLDT has returned.
And it is alive in this match, but Nxled will call for timeout.
6-2 tally, 4-point lead, 4 straight points by PLDT.
Here, like in position 4, middle blocker in the middle, we reverse the entry and we play, okay? If the ball is good, remember you are 1 against 1. Approach to one side and ball to the other one. Ready, you have the block, and Santos is keeping the line, so you can enter and use the diagonal. If we open the game with the middle blocker at the end, he will have 1.5 block, not 2. Here we go, guys. Ready? Next man. Here we go.
Coach Ettore,
yeah, go ahead,
very
please, go ahead, please.
specific with its instructions. He wants the girls to go back to what they showed and performed in that third set.
Oh, why not? Why not? I was just about to give you the numbers on the blocks. 14 total blocks by PLDT, while Nxled has accumulated 5. Oh, another block, make that 15.
The blocking is alive yet again in this 4th set for the PLDT high-speed hitters.
Coach Ettore makes a change in his roster. Sends in, I think, is Guerra back in? Yes, it is.
Yes, and Esguera.
5 straight points now. I spoke too soon. 5 straight points before that error by PLDT. The current count is now 7-3. Permentilla will be serving. That awful refrain that seems to bother Nxled of not getting their serve consistently in, haunting them again. We hit the technical timeout mark. We'll return very quickly. Okay, back with us here, and I have a feeling we're on Flashback Tuesday with the kind of music we're playing. There was a version of this by Eric Clapton a long time ago. I shot the sheriff. Of course, Jamie was not yet born at that time. 8-3. Ang bilis mo naman mag-yes.
I know the song, but I wasn't.
You know all the songs.
I know all the songs.
Let's not go to Regine Velasquez. And,
oh, why not?
yeah, okay.
Come on.
Okay.
That's my girl.
Yeah.
The singing songbird. Come on.
Don't get Labutore started. Okay. 8-3. Dadalhin kayo sa kanyang look at this. Service errors on both ends. Alcantara has had 10 excellent sets so far. Count 4 against 8. As Esguera is all set to serve. Ann sends it to Xavi. Santos bullets it in.
This is the set that Erica Santos likes as she went for that down the line. Alcantara just spreading out the offense evenly, also fooling the defense of the Nxled Chameleons, the blocking as well. Steady performance.
Pineda will have to heave it over. Over the net it goes. Davison surprised with the ball. Here comes Santos. Too
Is there a check?
much. Yes, there is.
Yes.
Referees consult each other. There is no complaint. They're waiting for the chance to challenge. They will challenge.
Yeah, they will challenge this, but Erica Santos is very sure that there was a check.
Santos is now accounted for 11 points of the total output of PLDT. So we'll take this moment to analyze the challenge posted by Nxled. They took that third set, if you're just joining us, 25-22, the first two sets going the route of PLDT. Nxled working with their new coach, Ettore Guidetti, and a veteran of leagues in Sweden, Italy, and Poland. Oh, what is this?
Yes, good eye. Coming from Erica Santos.
And the challenge is unsuccessful. It will be 10-4. Alcantara. Del doesn't get that ball all too often. But when she is given an opportunity to score, she usually knocks it in. 11-4 tally here.
And she has the height to do that. It's almost like a dunk in basketball there.
Maraginot. From the back row we go.
No, the back row of Kiara Permantilia, once she gets the groove of things as this tournament progresses, I'm sure that'll be a lethal weapon here for her.
Permantilia has strung together 13 points, all on attacks. Ebon. Nxled needs a big rally here. Permantilia, her shoulder tried to carry it up, but her hands were, well, she was completely out of position actually.
That's right, but Erica Santos, being that shining star, I would say, for the PLDT high-speed hitters, she's up to serve.
And her team currently leading by 7. Almonte tried to tap it over, and that works. She's been trying it throughout this fourth set, and finally gives her a clean point at 13-5. Nxled needs to huddle up.
People that spy card, I told you. It's like in the normal life. One thing, we take the simple stuff, and then we care about the difficult ones, and then we think about doing something crazy. Okay, here we go. Oh.
No, Sir Sev, this is what I was saying from the start. You got to take care of the simple attacks in order to elevate your game, and that is exactly what Coach Ettore told his squad just now. They have to take care of the small things. But of course, this is what happens when you have a new lineup, new coach, familiarizing yourself with the new system. This is all very normal here for the Nxled Chameleons.
And they can only get better here.
Yes.
That is a solid block. Oh, it's not Isguera. It's actually a Critch. Yes.
Yep. Take a look. Yep, take a look at this replay here. Perfect press on that block as well.
He loved it. And they're still trying to stay alive here, down by 7, 13-6. Their serve has got to hold, really. Ceballos punches it through.
Of course, Piola Ceballos being the veteran striker here for PLDT, making her name in this fourth set.
4 scorers here. Davison, of course, given 17. Baron 13. Santos 13. Ceballos 11. Palomata with 9. And now, bigger distance.
And this is a completely different story we're seeing from the Nxled Chameleons compared to that third set. Of course, eventually the consistency will come.
And they, well, in Tagalog, daunahan eh. They could not stay in step. The new entry, Luna, was there, and Permantilla gets that to connect.
You know, that's been working for Permantilla, just breaking that block. Nothing too flashy, nothing too fancy in her attack, just maximizing the height of Nxled.
There was a 5-0 round at the top of this fourth set. That was the undoing of Nxled. They're trying to play catch-up. The lead then was 7-2 already. And Palamata tries to make it 10 points. Can't. Permantilla gets it to drop.
Permantilla on a run here for the Nxled Chameleons. The blocking here for Palamata. Nxled struggling here.
Permantilla already with 16, a point short of Davison's output. 7-point lead. Makaslang serve in action. Davison, the punch handled well by the coverage. Here's Permantilla, tosses it over. Santos skidding to the floor. Oh, she gets her 10th point.
You know, Laika Ebon was actually in the right spot, but her stance was a bit too high in that sequence.
Technical timeout, number 2 of the fourth set. With a close encounter, 25-22. They in fact led at 24-19, and PLDT stole away 3 set points, but in the end it was close by Nxled. But now the joy of that third set is not here in the fourth set. 16-8 is the count, and Nxled might be looking at the PLDT team that's 9 steps away from closing the door on them here in the first game of these two teams. Again, later on, we'll still have another game. Cheritigo faces Capital One.
Should be an exciting match.
Palamata. 5 people already in twin digits for PLDT, and that will bring them to 17.
This time successful in that block. Palamata and Nxled Alcantara finally blocking Kiara in that sequence. Gotta give kudos to Nxled Alcantara. Very composed here.
And feeding everybody.
Yes.
Keeping everybody happy on the buffet. In the meantime, the middle attack. Luna. Oh, that's neatly done.
Pio not in the right defensive spot for that back row attack of May Luna here. Gotta take a look at that replay here. That's a perfect spot.
Yes.
Perfect spot in between zone 5 and zone 6.
8-point lead. Jump set. Davison. Oh, neatly denied.
Yes. And Laika Ebon timing that perfectly against Savvy Davison. PLDT still up by 7 points.
Maraginot serve. Back row. Luna has to hit the floor. Ebon. Yes.
This is the specialty that we're seeing from the wing spikers of the Nxled Chameleons. They are able to break the blocks of PLDT.
And PLDT needs to huddle up. They've lost the last 3 points.
mabilisan. Sab, hindi fast ha. Papadas ko. Ulit, basta ulit.
I like how Coach Raul can kind of speak Taglish now to Davison. Hindi fast. So meaning she knows it doesn't have to
I
be
think
fast.
we've seen that also with the imports.
I like this. Yes.
Coaches would speak Filipino and imports.
Just not?
Yeah, body language, same language, same sport. 17-11.
Good set by
Oh,
Majoy.
Baron with a
Risky.
good set. Ah, that went through. That went through.
We've seen
That
this.
small gap.
Yes.
Look at this. This is now a 4-0 run.
And it's very tricky. The overpass is so high.
Yeah,
It seems like it's still on that other side.
Maragino. Does it end? No,
Ooh,
it
good
does not
dig.
yet. Luna. Santos. Alcantara. Dive. Orvina tried, but couldn't get to it. Finally, that 4-0 run ends.
Alcantara knows that the defense of Nxled was actually still in transition. That is a smart play, forcing Jaja, Rachel, having to move their bodies and hustle for that ball. Good receive.
Yeah, that ended the 4-0 run. Alcantara digs it high. Davison, long and wild. Too much.
Yep, too much. Right idea. Davison still trying to find her foot. You know, it's been a while since she played. It will take a while.
Permentilla and her company down by 5. Arado. That's going to bite.
Yep.
And Santos with some laser-like precision, knocking in the point there.
And this is a combination play, the first combination play we're seeing from PLDT. Ange able to generate these explosive plays for her team.
Permentilla. Ebon knocking that down.
All smiles from Laka Evon in this game. Really fires up in the latter part here.
And they could, take so much away from this game. When you need points, might as well set up Laika Ebon. She has delivered 14. Permentilla is the leading scorer with 16 for Nxled. Luna. Arado. Santos.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
When Santos loads up.
Yes. What a bullet coming from that right pin from Erica Santos. And she had an open space there, no block. May Luna a bit late in that sequence.
Baron. Permentilla got to it. Ah, that'll count. Ebon going to town with 15.
Very reliable, very efficient in the third set and in this fourth set.
Yes, indeed. And Maragino has just fed her endlessly. Alcantara sets up Ceballos. Regalo. No. Balamata. Orvina. Luna. And Luna gets it to connect.
Smart plays coming from May Luna. Jaja Maraginot being the spark plug alongside like Ebon. I mean, she's running the offense, spreading it, knowing the tendencies of the blockers of PLDT.
Luna with 3 points. Ceballos too long. But
Check. There's a check on that one. Yep.
Yes.
PLDT just 5 points away of clinching their first win.
Santos. Good set for Luna.
Good.
Oh, Arado doing Arado things. That's caught by Santos. And Davison gets them
Good.
to pay.
Alcantara knows that Del Palamata, Viola Ceballos are being guarded But take a look at that, going for Savvy Davison on that back row attack.
Santos will serve.
Good serve.
Maragino at Luna. And Luna has been a factor here. She has 4 points.
May Luna coming off the bench in this set. Raja with that bump set. Very reliable, May Luna, alongside Laika Ebon.
Tegashon is in. Santos has also been drawn out. Jesse De Leon is on the floor. Ceballos has not seen the bench, I
Exactly.
think. Dug up.
Ooh,
There-
good set.
Blocked, but to the back row, you got to run for it. Permentilla, that'll work.
Permentilio, when she's in the front row, she finds a way of breaking that block of PLDT. Whether she's breaking it or just avoiding their hands, there's also been an open window
Correct,
in
correct,
between
yeah.
that block of PLDT. There seems to be, I mean, they're not in unison in that block.
Ceballos. The drop, it's
That was
outside.
close. Yep, that was very close. Right idea from Critch, but they will call it a challenge. Ball in, ball out on that tip of Critch.
Anything to delay what could be the inevitable here, but 23-18, they got to play airtight volleyball the rest of the way. We're talking of Nxled. Okay, our dear friend from way back and still very much our friend, Miss Rhea Navarro, PVL Director and Head of Media and Public Relations. Happy birthday, Rhea. Rhea, back home.
Ooh, it's inside,
Yes.
Sir Sev.
Rhea back home after so many years in the Middle East working in sports. It's nice to have her back. In the meantime, it's a successful challenge. So that will make it should be 22-19.
Yes.
PLDT, I think, has called a timeout, Jamie.
Kayo rin yung diretso. Tama kay ano. Server Isip muna tayo, sakto na natin.
Okay.
Go, go, go! Tapos.
Let's go! Smile, oh, smile! Reality!
Catarado telling her squad to smile, to liven their spirits. They're still up by 3 points, but the Nxled Chameleons are slowly creeping in here in this fourth set.
Coach Rod and that ever-present tablet of his, I sometimes think he's watching Netflix.
Maybe. Maybe. No, he's
Teasing,
not.
of course. 22-19. Ceballos.
Good set.
Ooh, that's inside.
Yep. Kiara mid-air finding the open window of defense for PLDT. Jaja Maraginot running and setting up the pace and setting the tone for her team. Jovi Prado now in for Ceballos, who can finally rest a bit.
Oh boy, yeah. Jovi Prado also recovering from an injury. One-handed set by Legashon. Outside of the cross court by Permentilla. Critch is asking, outside? And nobody in sight touching it actually. But they will challenge. They'll do everything
Yes,
here.
anything.
They'll
Why
do
not?
everything here.
Why not? Ball in, ball out on the attack of Kiara.
You know, I've always said it in any coverage of volleyball. The thing that challenge took away was coaches going bananas. And then coaches, no, and then the challenge is there to be used as they see fit. Here is a quick glimpse. It's out.
Outside.
And no more challenges, I think, for Nxled. And PLDT is 2 points away from sealing this. Rather so reliable.
Ooh, good up.
Yeah. Free ball. No chance to attack. Good flick. Blocked. Alive! And pounced upon by Jesse De Leon. And we arrive at match point.
Good effort from both squads. Chacha Marikino, Frank Pineda. But gotta give credit to Jesse De Leon for getting that last point.
Regalo.
Yep.
Match point. And Permantilla says, let's play some more.
It's not over yet. PLDT up by 3 points there. Match point. But take a look at this. There's an open space in between Del and the net.
And Atienza is running back to pull out Esguerra. Rich Makaslang is all set to serve. Davison. Oh, nicely kept in play. Legation. Davison. Rich saying, I don't want to go home. Permantilla. Prado is there. Jesse hammers. Permantilla. Prado unable to hoist it high.
This is what we saw in the last set when Kiara is in front row. Do expect Jaja to constantly feed her the ball here. She has been successful in breaking that block of PLDT.
And 2 match points have already been saved. It was 24 to 20 earlier. Does it end? Now it does.
What a finish from Savvy Davison going for that cross-court attack. What a team effort we saw from the PLDT high-speed hitters. It's nice to see Savvy Davison back in tip-top shape, of course.
Absolutely.
But this is a good sign, Sir Sev, coming from the Nxled Chameleons. I'm liking what we're seeing, the effort, the urgency.
Yeah, and there's a system to the quote-unquote madness of the game, and they had enthusiasm,
yes,
especially in that third set they took. They could have easily folded up in that third set, but they did not.
That's right. They had that fighting spirit that Coach Ettore wanted them to have in the first set. But Jaja Maragino changing the pace, changing the tone for her squad.
And don't be afraid was
no fear.
Coach Guidetti's suggestion to them. So, but take nothing away from PLDT. They won this game clearly. And 4 sets. And we're hanging on. We are... That is going to be our player of the game. And if Kyla is ready, take it away.
Here with me is our player of the game, who is none other than Angge Alcantara of the PLDT high-speed hitters with 13 excellent sets and 3 attack points. First of all, congratulations to you. Welcome back to the PVL. And congratulations to your team for your first win of the All-Filipino Conference na Angge. Nakausap kita kanina sa dugout and you were well aware na ikaw yung magiging starting setter ng team today. Can you walk us through the 2 months worth of preparations and what do you think allowed you to perform at this level today?
Siguro po yung pag-focus lang po talaga and yung pagiging mindful na gampanan yung role na binigay po sa akin.
Na Angge, ano yung feeling na mabigyan ng ganitong klaseng responsibility even as a rookie and one of the younger members of the team? At paano nakatulong yung mga veterans like especially Kim Fajardo, boosting your confidence for this conference?
Mabigat siya, tsaka palagi naman may pressure. Pero yun nga, sa tulong ng mga teammates ko, ng mga ates ko, yun, lagi akong ginaguide.
It's gonna be a long but very exciting conference. How do you plan to build on this win for the rest of your upcoming games?
Ano pa?
It's gonna be a long and very exciting conference. Ano yung feeling mo and outlook nyo? How are you gonna prepare for the next games?
Ayun, tuloy lang po and sa mga improvements pa na dapat namin improve.
May gusto ka bang batiin? Go ahead.
Binabati ko po yung family ko sa Bataan, ang Alcantara family, Ebal family, and yung mga teammates ko. Thank you.
There you have it, Angge Alcantara, our best player of the game. Congratulations once again to you and to PLDT. Now back to you, Sir 7, Jamie.
Thank you very much, and that'll be it. She was responsible for feeding Davison, who had 19,
Yes.
Santos, who had 15, Baron, who had 14, Palomata with 10, and Ceballos, who had 13. So that makes 5 of them in double digits as we take a look at the final numbers.
Take a look at the attacks, 52 from Nxled and 58 for PLDT. But the difference here, the disparity is that the blocks, 7 blocks from Nxled and 16 from the PLDT high-speed hitters. But with such a conference this long, there's a lot of adjustments that you can do, a lot of mixing and matching here. The coach is trying to find the perfect mix for their squad, but good signs for both teams today.
Yes, indeed. So, for and in behalf of Jamie Victoria and Kyla Kingston, this is Sev Sarmenta saying, join us, please. Stay a while, spend an hour or two. We've got magic to do with Capital One and Cherry Tigo battling on this Phil Sports court. And that'll do it for this game. PLDT winning in 4 against Nxled.